This is my contact information. Follow me on Twitter, and let's dive into the details here. So Netcat is a very, I would say, powerful command. It's a Linux utility. Many of you most likely have heard about it, and you have used it to a certain extent. And what you can do with Netcat is, I would say, it's difficult to constrain your imagination around what you can do with Netcat, right? However, for the purpose of this live demo here, I'm going to show you some basic stuff around it, how you can use it. And feel free, of course, to email me or message me for more details. So Netcat is a utility that allows you to set up a connection between two hosts. And I'm going to start with a very simple example. So I'm going to start here on the right-hand side of the two machines. I'm going to say start a Netcat server, listening at port 20,000. Okay. So now I have a server set up here waiting for connections. And my other machine, I'm going to say connect to server 14, 172.30.10.14 on port 20,000, okay? So connection is established. You don't see anything right now, but what I can do here, I can type a message such as, for example, NetBeans is awesome, right? And that should go to the other host here, and the other host can reply, yes, yes, it is, okay? So there, I guess, one way to see how this is useful is as a primitive chat command, IRC, right, on Linux. And the other kind of more practical use case is, let's say, if you want to test your firewall policies. So if you want to do that, you would have to set up a host behind and on the other side of the firewall, behind and in front of the firewall, and then try to start Netcat server on one side and try to connect from the other side. And then you can confirm or not if the connection goes through, depending on what your policy is supposed to be. For example, if you're supposed to block port 20,000, like I'm showing you here, and the connection goes through, that means that your firewall doesn't block the connection. So this is one practical use case of Netcat. Another practical use case that I use sometimes is to transfer files. Of course, there are many other utilities out there to do that. I'm not saying that Netcat is the best or the only one to do that, but let's say you're on a machine and you want to have a quick and dirty way to set a file from one host to another. You can do it with Netcat. So I'm going to set up, again, a server here on port 20,000. And now instead of, like redirecting the output of Netcat to the console, I'm going to send it to a file. I'm going to redirect it to a file. So the server is waiting for traffic. And on this hand side, I'm going to create a test log file. Okay, so test.log. And now I'm going to, again, connect to that server on port 20,000. But now, again, instead of using the standard input to send traffic to the other server, I'm going to send this log file. So click enter, file transferred. And on this side, I can do cat test.log, and the file is there. Of course, keep in mind that the connection here is unencrypted. There is no authentication or verification of the two hosts. So use that at your own risk. If you have any sensitive information, don't use this. And the other variation of this command that I want to show you is how to send on the fly compressed files. If your file is big, right, and you want to compress it, then let me show you how to do that. So in this case, I'm going to use tar and gunzip. Imagine you have also multiple files to put together, right? So I'm going to use on this right-hand side here the tar command that, sorry, I'm going to redirect the output of Netcat. Okay, I'm going to start the server on this side, on the receiving side. and I'm gonna redirect the output to tar, okay, with the parameters extract a gas zip file, right? And now whatever the server is receiving now, it is, provided that is a compressed file, it's gonna extract it and write it on the disk. And on this hand side, I'm gonna create another file, let's say encrypted test log file, encrypted.log. And now I'm gonna encrypt this file, okay, and redirect the output to Netcat that connects to the other server on port 20,000. Okay, ready, go. So now the file has been transferred again very quickly. And if I type here encrypted.log, it's already unencrypted and written on the disk. So it does this all this on the fly. So you don't have to compress, then send the file, then uncompress. So you can do it and get your files on the other side unencrypted. And this for today. I hope I intrigued your curiosity to go and look more into Netcat. It's a very useful utility. I use it often, and I'd love to hear if you have any questions around it on the comment section. Have a nice weekend. Bye.